Hello everyone, my name is Emma and today is November 16th. I will be leading you through a 45-minute power yoga sequence. So power yoga, for a brief overview, is just a combination of building inner heat and going through different variations of sun salutations and just building onto your practice throughout. So remember throughout this practice to take any variations and remembering that this is your practice and this is about you, so however you feel is totally okay. So when you're ready, we're going to start laying down on the mats on our back. So slowly coming down towards the mat and rolling down through your spine. Starting to lay down on the mat, maybe extending your legs out, or maybe keeping your knees bent in towards your chest. Option to walk your feet out a little bit and let your knees tap in together. And just starting to breathe here. Starting to notice your breath. And starting to take a breath that comes in through the nose and back out through the mouth. Breathing here. Maybe listening and noticing any music that you decided to turn on for today's practice. And just noticing how your breath comes in through your nose, in through your upper chest, through your lower chest, and through your lower belly, and watch your lower belly expand, maybe placing one hand on your lower belly to feel that expansion of your breath. And exhale, releasing through the belly, through the lower ribs, through the upper ribs, and eventually back out through the mouth. Taking this intentional breath and starting to block out any distractions here. Releasing any tension. Maybe starting to set an intention for today's practice. An intention is something you can come back to at any point during practice when your mind starts to wander. My intention for you is learning and coming to begin again. Feel free to take this intention for whatever that might mean to you, or feel free to set your own intention for today's 45-minute practice. Continue breathing here. And if you'd like the option to take a different form of breath, feel free to do so, which is a breath that comes in through the nose, constricts through the back of the throat, and exhales back out through the nose. Taking this breath in through the nose with the constriction of the back of the throat and back out through the nose is what we call an Ujjayi Pranayama, which is an ocean breath, meaning as you constrict through the back of the throat and exhale, you'll notice that force and ocean-like sound at the back of your throat. Continue breathing here, in through the nose. And wherever you are, getting ready to bring some movement into the body. So on an inhale, slowly hugging your knees into your chest, maybe bringing your arms around your legs, and maybe rocking back and forth a little bit. Maybe taking a couple circles with your knees in one direction. And then pausing and coming in the other direction. And wherever you are, pausing in center, hugging in your knees tightly to your chest. And whenever you're ready, extending your legs up towards the ceiling so your body forms an L-like shape. Getting ready to extend your left leg down to the mat, interlacing your hands behind your right leg, and slowly releasing your left leg down towards the mat. Maybe hugging in your leg a little bit, maybe walking your hands up closer to your foot, maybe coming off the mat with your head, and just feeling this hip opener here. And whenever you are ready, slowly switching sides, releasing your right leg down towards the mat, hugging in your left leg, feeling that hip opener, maybe bending and straightening here. And whenever you're ready, switching sides once again. And switching sides to come back to your right leg, lower towards the mat. And when you're ready, bending through your left knee and slowly bring your left leg across your midline over to the right side of your body, teeing out your arms on the mat and gaze over towards your left hand for a spinal twist here. Breathing here. And when you're ready, coming back through center, extending both legs up towards the ceiling, dropping your left leg down towards the mat, bending through your right knee, and bringing your right leg across the midline over to your left side of your body. Gaze towards your right hand. Breathing here in the spinal twist. And whenever you're ready, coming back through center, planting both feet on the mat, getting ready for a couple of glute bridges to warm up your glutes, which is an essential part of a yoga practice. So adjusting your spine and your sits bones on an inhale, one vertebrae at a time, lifting up, squeezing through your glutes, engaging your abdominals. Exhale, slowly coming down to the mat, keeping your glutes engaged, maybe not letting your glutes touch the mat. And on an inhale, slowly coming up to your highest point. Exhale, slowly coming down, hovering with the glutes, maybe this time inhaling up with the arms above your head. Exhale, slowly lowering down to the mat. Inhale, up once again. This time pausing here at your highest point, maybe coming onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, coming back down to the mat, hugging your knees and getting ready to rock and roll up to a seated position. So when you're ready, interlacing your hands, coming up, maybe once, maybe coming back. And maybe coming up once again to the front of your mat, rolling through your feet, planting your hands, and getting ready to come into your first tabletop position for your cat-cows. So making sure your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and on an inhale, slowly dropping the belly, gaze forward for your cow pose. Exhale, tucking and rounding through the spine, gaze towards your thighs for your cat. Inhale, dropping the belly for your cow. Exhale, coming to your cat. Pausing here in your neutral tabletop, slowly sitting back through your heels into a seated position and extending your legs straight out on the mat. Getting ready to warm up the hips for our peak pose later in our practice. So slowly walking your knees in, bringing your hands on the inside of your legs and slowly walking your arms underneath your elbows. I might just turn around a little bit because this might be a little bit confusing, but walking your hands underneath your elbows and coming, lowering down, maybe extending through your legs and just trying to come as low as you can on the mat. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, releasing with your arms, planting your hands on the mat and rolling into your first forward fold, coming up straight onto the bottoms of the feet in your forward fold. Bending through your knees, inhale, halfway lift, bringing your shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reversing your swan dive, coming up all the way and around and above your head. And exhale, bring your hands down to heart center. Coming back to your breath and your intention and getting ready to take our first flow, which is called Surya Namaskara A, which is a version of sun salutations. And as we take these, we're going to build a little bit of heat and take each one a little bit faster. So meeting at the top of your mat, planting your feet, inhaling your arms up and above your head. Exhale, swan dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulder blades together, flat back. Exhale, planting your hands down on the mat, bending through your knees, engaging your abdominals, stepping back with your right foot, followed by the left into your high plank. Remembering here in your high plank to have no hills, no valleys, and engaging through your abdominals. This time, dropping your knees, making sure your hands are a little bit wider than shoulder distance, and slowly lowering down to the mat, keeping your elbows near your side body, coming down towards the mat, and then eventually releasing. Planting your hands beside your shoulders, slowly pressing up, gaze a little bit in front of you for your low cobra, keeping your elbows against your side body. Exhale, release down to the mat. This time coming up into your low, maybe high cobra or upward facing dog, whatever's in your practice. And be coming off the tops of your thighs. Exhale, release down to the mat, tucking through your toes or curling, pressing up through your plank. into your downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. And whenever you're ready, taking one big step, maybe walking back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Taking maybe an option to take an optional back bend here. And exhale, swan dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting your hands, stepping back with your left foot, followed by the right in your high plank, either dropping your knees or coming from your high plank through any variation of Chaturanga. And exhale, curling through your toes, downward dog. Whenever you're ready, taking one big step or walking your feet towards the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, coming back down to the mat. You guys got this. Inhale, halfway lift. Forward fold, stepping back with your right foot, followed by the left through your high plank, coming through your Chaturanga, coming through any variation of Cobra, downward facing dog, coming to your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, back bend. Exhale, coming back down, forward fold. Last time, inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting hands, left foot back, followed by the right foot. This time, pausing here, dropping your knees, getting ready for some Yogi Push-Ups to strengthen your Chaturanga arms. So either keeping your toes curled for more stability, or keeping your toes pointed towards the ceiling, and coming, exhaling, slowly lowering down and hovering in your Yogi Push-Up. Inhale, pushing back up, keeping your elbows near the side body, taking this 2 to 3 times. And whenever you're ready, pressing back into your first child's pose, sitting back onto your heels, walking your hands out in front of you, pressing your hands into the mat, and releasing your head towards the mat, maybe widening through your knees. And just breathing here in your child's pose, remembering that this is an option anytime in today's practice, so feel free to take this at any point. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, curling through your toes, coming through your downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet, and slowly coming back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reversing your swan dive. Exhale, hands at heart center. Great job, guys. So getting ready to add on to the sequence a little bit here. Coming to the top of your mat, I'm going to start on this direction. You need to get up. So coming in your Savasana or your mountain pose, getting ready to add on. So inhale, join me. Inhale, hands above your head. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, put your hands on the mat. Stepping back with your right foot, followed by your left into your high plank. Coming through your vinyasa flow through your Chaturanga. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pausing here. Inhale, engaging through your glutes and your abdominals. Inhaling your right leg up towards the ceiling, squaring off your hips to the front of your mat. Exhale, bending through your right knee, opening up that hip, imagining there's a wall behind your left leg and you're pushing your foot into that wall. Exhale, coming through center, slowly stepping your right foot in between your hands at the top of your mat. Coming into your high lunge, and exhale, dropping your back knee. Bringing your hands up and above your head into your low lunge, pressing your hips forward. Option to keep your hands at your hips or above your head. And exhale, bring your hands down to the mat. Getting ready for a little bit of low lunge variations. So planting your left hand on the mat, inhaling your right arm up towards the ceiling, opening through the chest. Exhale, coming back down, this time reversing this twist. So planting your right hand to the outside of your right foot, inhaling your left arm up towards the ceiling. And when you're ready, coming back through center, taking this just one more time here. And wherever you are, getting ready to come to your original twist. You're getting ready for a couple of variations to get ready for a peak pose later on. So maybe walking your left arm to the outside of your right leg and opening here. maybe coming off the backs of the toes or staying in your low lunge, keeping your hands at heart center. Or option to go for a bind here if that's in your practice. Bring your left arm, my arms really don't like this one, but bring your left hand underneath your right leg, and wherever you are, coming back down through your low lunge, planting your hands, stepping back into your high plank, coming through your Chaturanga, pushing up and back into your downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. Pausing here, inhale, bring your right leg up towards the ceiling, squaring up your hips. Exhale, planting your right foot in between your hands, back into your high lunge, and whenever you're ready, coming up in your high lunge, this time bringing your arms up above your head, imagining that you're holding a beach ball here, keeping your weight in the front leg, making sure that front leg is bent no more or less than 90 degrees. Exhale, opening up into your first warrior two here, maybe bending and pressing through your knees, making sure, once again, your front knee is bent at 90 degrees, reaching with your front hand, extending through your back arm, and getting ready to take a little bit of flows here. So inhale, reaching forward with your front hand, and reversing, coming back into your reverse warrior, option to walk your left hand down your leg, or come into the small of the spine. Exhale, coming back through your warrior two. Inhale, coming into your extended side ankle. Option to keep your forearm on the top of your thigh, maybe walking your right hand to the inside of your right foot, or if it's in your practice, taking a bind here. So bringing your right arm underneath your right thigh and bringing your left arm around the back and binding with your hands here, grabbing your hands, opening through your chest. And just taking this flow through your warrior two, reverse warrior, back through into your extended side angle, just a couple times here. And wherever you are, pausing in your warrior two, windmilling your hands down to your low lunge, and getting ready to step back into your high plank. So stepping back into your high plank, lowering through your Chaturanga, pushing up into any variation of Cobra, into your downward facing dog. And pausing here, dropping through your knees, pushing back into your child pose, maybe grabbing a sip of water, and just getting ready to add on a little more here. So from your child pose, curling through your toes, pressing up into your high plank, getting ready to come into some plank variations. So planting your right hand on the mat, coming over to the right side of your body, into your first side plank or Savasana. Options to walk your top leg in front of you, option to stack your feet or keep your feet apart, holding here for just 1 second. And whenever you're ready, taking an option of coming into your wild thing, maybe dropping through your bottom leg and opening through your chest, or maybe coming into your full wild thing, taking your top leg, toes, and opening up through your chest, reaching through and pressing, maybe turning into a wheel here. And whenever you're ready, coming back through your high plank, twisting as if you were going to Savasana on the other side, and this time extending your bottom leg out into your fallen star, maybe lifting your bottom leg off the mat, and just taking this flow just a couple times. So coming through your high plank, right hand planted, any variation of your wild thing, and then pressing back through your side plank, and then coming into fallen star on the other side, taking this, maybe adding a little bit of a flow here, and just taking this at your own pace of breath. Great job, guys. And wherever you are, coming back to your high plank, pausing here, going through your Chaturanga, pushing up into your any variation of Cobra, curling through your toes, and pushing up and back into your downward facing dog, pedaling out your feet. And whenever you're ready, walking your feet towards the front of your mat, into your forward fold. Inhale, shoulder blades together, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant your hands. Getting ready to sit back through your chair pose. So bringing your feet together, sitting back through your glutes, inhaling your hands up and above your head. Option to come to cactus arms or bring your hands to heart center. Or maybe bring your hands to your hips, sitting low in your chair pose. And wherever you are, starting to bring your hands to heart center, getting ready for a couple chair twists. So maybe looking over towards the left side of your body or the right side, or maybe coming low, hooking your right elbow to the outside of your knee. And then maybe taking this over on the other side, option to extend your arms. And wherever you are, getting ready for our peak pose, which is birds of paradise. So finding from your chair, I'm gonna turn a little bit on an angle, getting ready to come up through your birds of paradise. So coming down with your hands, planting through your right foot, noticing all four corners, so your big toe, your toes, your heel, in the midline of your foot, and getting ready to take this birds of paradise. So slowly walking your left foot onto the tips of your toes, taking most of the weight into your right foot, maybe coming up, noticing how this feels. Option to just take your left leg and bring it up through your midline and opening it up and noticing how this feels, or maybe taking any more variations of birds of paradise. So like we did those binds before in our low lunge, bringing your left arm, so your elbows is underneath your knee, wrapping your left arm around the back of your left leg and starting to bind here. Maybe that's starting to lift up your leg just a little bit. Maybe that's starting to walk your leg up your midline, or maybe you find your balance through your right foot and you can slowly press up through your birds of paradise. Option to extend your leg in your birds of paradise or slowly come out of it. Taking this just for a couple breaths, playing around with this variation. And just remembering to find that drishti, or that focal point in front of you, that's a still point. And just noticing how when you find that point, you find that inner balance and that connection in your body. Taking this just a couple more times, I'm sure you guys are doing great. Option 2, if you have a wall, to walk your leg up onto the wall, and so you can extend your leg. It definitely helps build your practice. Maybe taking this just one more time. And wherever you are, meeting me at the top of your mat, maybe grabbing a sip of water, getting ready to take this all on the other side. So meeting me at the top of your mat, starting to inhale your hands up and above your head. Exhale, swan dive, forward into your forward folds. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting your hands down on the mat, stepping back with your left foot, followed by the right into your high plank, and slowly coming through any variation of Chaturanga. Pushing through your downward facing dog, pausing here, inhaling your left leg up, engaging your glutes and your abdominals, squaring off your hips. Exhale, bending through that knee, opening through the hip. Once again, imagining there's a wall behind your right leg. Holding here. And whenever you're ready, coming back through center, engaging your abdominals, taking one big step, maybe walking your foot to come in between your hands in your high lunge. And slowly dropping your knee down onto the mat. Getting ready to take our low lunge variation. So inhaling your hands up and above your head, pressing your hips forward, keeping that 90-degree bend in your legs, maybe bringing your hands to your hips. Breathing here, opening through the hips. And wherever you are, planting your hands beside your left foot, inhaling your left arm up towards the ceiling for our spinal twist here in our low lunge. Opening through your chest, and exhale, coming back down towards the mat, planting your left hand on the outside of your left foot, inhaling your right arm up towards the ceiling. Exhale, coming back down, and once again, taking this one more time on both sides. And whenever you're ready, getting ready for those twists on the outside of your left leg. So maybe that's starting to walk your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, maybe bringing your hands in yoga mudra, maybe making that fist with your bottom hand, maybe coming off the backs of the toes, extending, binding, whatever's in your practice. Making sure to open up your heart center. And whenever you're ready, coming back, planting your hands beside your left foot, stepping back through your high plank, coming through Chaturanga, pushing up into your downward facing dog here. Pausing here, inhaling your left leg up towards the ceiling, squaring off your hips. Exhale, taking one big step in between your hands, coming up through your high lunge, bring your hands up and above your head, pressing your hips forward. Exhale, opening up into your warrior two. Great job, guys. Making sure to reach with that front hand, extend with that back arm, bending the front knee. And whenever you're ready, slowly reaching forward, flipping with the front hand and coming into a reverse warrior, wherever that might be. Exhale, coming back through warrior two, coming through your extended side angle, wherever you found your extended side angle, on the other side. And just coming through this warrior two, reverse warrior, and back to your extended side angle. Flow just a couple times here. Maybe adjusting your extended side angle with that bind and opening up your chest. Just working on whatever feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, pausing in your warrior two, windmilling your hands down, planting them beside your left foot, stepping back through your high plank, lowering through your Chaturanga, and pushing up to your downward facing dog, this time dropping your knees, coming back through your child's pose, maybe grabbing a quick sip of water. And from your child's pose, coming up into your high plank here, getting ready to take those Savasana or side plank variations. So planting your left hand down on the mat, opening up to the left side of your body. Options, foot in front, top in front, stacking your feet, walking your feet apart, engaging through your abdominals, maybe dropping that back or the bottom knee. And wherever you are, getting ready to take those little mini flows, however that might be in your practice, through your wildest thing into your fallen star. So remember, through your wild thing, taking your top leg onto the balls of your toes and opening through your chest, reaching, maybe coming into your wheel, and exhale, reversing, so planting your right hand down on the mat, keeping your bottom leg out, maybe lifting through your bottom leg, which would be your right leg, maybe keeping it down, opening through your chest for your fallen star, and just taking this flow a couple of times here. Great job, guys. And whenever you're ready, meeting in your high plank. Once again, coming through your Chaturanga, pushing up through your Cobra, and coming back through your downward facing dog. Getting ready to walk or take one big step towards the front of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift shoulder blades together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, coming through your chair pose, bringing your feet together. Maybe adjusting a little bit here. Bringing your feet together, sitting back through your chair pose, sitting into your glutes. Options here. And whenever you're ready, getting ready for those twists here. So maybe bringing your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, maybe extending through your arms, maybe coming back through center, coming over to the other side, and taking whatever twist feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, coming back through center, pausing here, getting ready to take our peak pose. So when you're ready, planting through your left foot, finding all four corners of your foot, noticing that balance, noticing that distribution of weight. So about 98% will be on your left foot, feel about 2% on your right. And maybe start to come up into that variation where you just open through your hip here and hold on to the outside or inside of your knee. Or maybe start to practice that bind, bringing your right arm underneath your right knee, wrapping your hand around, reaching with your left hand, and maybe just playing with the foot, maybe noticing if you can Take it a couple inches off the ground. Maybe you can start lifting up. And remember to find your drishti here. Just playing around with this, finding your drishti will really help you find your inner balance and outer balance too. So just playing around with this birds of paradise. Maybe extending your leg at the top. Ooh. Feel free to give yourself forgiveness. My legs are starting to get a little bit shaky here, so maybe just taking this one more time, maybe taking it on the other side too. Making sure if you take it on one side to even out on the other. Great job, guys. Whenever you're ready, slowly coming back to the front of your mat, shaking out your legs a little bit, getting ready to cool down, but starting to come towards the mat. So inhale your hands up and above your head. Exhale, swan dive forward into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your hands, stepping back with your right foot, followed by the left into your high plank. This time, dropping your knees, walking your knees out wide, and sitting back into your wide-legged child's pose. Sitting back here, pressing through your hand. Maybe taking a sip of water and breathing here. Getting ready to come forward through a little bit of a flow here. So coming onto your knees, pressing as if you were coming into Cobra from your wide-legged child's pose. Gaze forward, exhale, sitting back. Maybe starting to come, pointing your toes towards the ceiling. And taking these little child's pose to Cobra variations just a couple of times here. Noticing how your hips feel. And wherever you are, meeting me back in your child's pose. Pausing here. Inhale, coming onto your hands, bringing your knees under your shoulders, curling through your toes, pressing up and back into your downward facing dog, getting ready to walk your feet into your hands. So when you're ready, slowly bringing your feet up, back into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive. Exhale, just taking a couple more flows here to build that last bit of inner heat. So exhale, releasing back down towards the mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting your hands. Right foot back, followed by the left, high plank. Coming through your Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, inhaling your right foot up towards the ceiling, engaging your glutes. Exhale, instead of stepping your leg through this time, bending through your knee, curling through your spine like the cat-cow, and slowly bringing your right knee to meet your nose in your down dog crunch. Inhale, shooting your leg back up. Exhale, coming back to that crunch, knee to nose. Inhale, shooting your leg back up. Exhale, crunch, this time stepping your right foot in between your hands, coming up into your warrior one. So dropping your back foot to your toes, face the front corner of your mat, bending through your front knee, hands above your head. Exhale, opening up to your warrior two. And whenever you're ready, getting ready to take warrior three. So maybe walking your back foot up a little bit, finding that balance like we did in the birds of paradise, and slowly coming forward, finding that drishti, noticing the transfer of balance here. And whenever you're ready, maybe trying to bring your hands up to airplane arms and fully lift up that back leg, flexing through the back foot. Maybe bring your hands out in front of you, cactus arms, and just making sure to find that drishti whenever you come out, coming back into your warrior two. Windmill your hands back down towards your mat. Exhale, standing back with your right foot, coming through your Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. When you're ready, stepping to the front of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reverse swan dive, taking that yoga mudra here, crossing with your thumbs, pointing with your pointer fingers, coming into that optional back bend. And exhale, swan dive forward. Last time here, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, planting your hands, stepping back with your left foot, followed by the right into your high plank, coming through your Chaturanga, and pushing back into your downward facing dog. Inhaling your left leg up in your three-legged dog, engaging your glutes, flexing your foot. And whenever you're ready, bending through your knee, curling through your spine and bringing your left knee to meet your nose through center. Inhale, shooting your leg back up. Exhale, coming into that crunch. Inhale, shooting your leg back up. Exhale, last time. Inhale, shooting your leg. Exhale, stepping that leg all the way through. Coming up through your warrior one. So back toes face towards the right corner. Top corner of your mat, hands overhead. Exhale, opening up to your warrior two. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, getting ready for that warrior three. So walking your back foot up, finding that balance in your front foot, noticing your drishti and starting to come off the backs of the toes, bringing your hands into whatever variation. Noticing how your legs might be a little more shaky at the end of your practice. And whenever you're ready, coming back through your warrior two. Great job, guys. Windmilling your hands back down to plant beside your left foot, stepping back through your high plank, lowering through your Chaturanga, Cobra, down dog, and stepping forward to the front of your mat into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, this time slowly sitting down onto your mat, onto your sits bones. Pausing here, crossing your legs, maybe coming into butterfly here, bringing the soles of your feet together and letting your knees drop. Just trying to come back to your breath here. Noticing your breath in through the nose, out through the mouth, maybe grabbing on to the outsides of your feet and lengthening through your spine. Starting to come back to your breath and starting to notice how you build this inner heat throughout your practice. And whenever you're ready, starting to walk your legs out into a V-like position to come into your wide-legged forward fold. So inhaling your hands up and above your head. Exhale, dropping over to the right side of your body. Maybe reaching for your toes. Maybe dropping your right forearm over and reaching for your toes with your left hand. Opening and gaze towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Inhale, coming back through center, dropping your left forearm down towards the mat. Right hand over towards your big toe. Gaze towards the ceiling. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, coming back through center, inhaling your hands up above your head. Exhale, slowly folding forward, reaching as far as you can, and then setting your hands down, releasing through your head, through your neck. And just coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Breathing here. And whenever you're ready, starting to walk your hands back in, bringing your legs together, bending through your knees, bringing your hands to the backs of your knees, and slowly starting to lower down, but hover here. Imagining a C-like curve or crunch in your spine, and lowering until you feel your abdominals engaged here. Just holding here for a couple of seconds. And whenever you're ready, starting to take these C crunches here. So inhale, coming up a little bit, then releasing down to the mat. Exhale, crunching up. Inhale, releasing down. Exhale, coming up, crunching. Inhale, down, maybe releasing through your hands, maybe making fist. And whenever you're ready, taking it one last time, pausing in center, bringing your hands to fist, lowering down, and beginning to tap here for a count of 3. Inhale together, exhale, release. Inhale, tap, exhale, release. Inhale, tap, exhale, release. Last time, inhale, tap, exhale, release. Walking your hands over towards the right side of your body, maybe grabbing on to the outside of your right leg, or keeping those fist-like variations, either crunching up, or maybe taking those taps. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, crunch and tap, exhale, release. Last time, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Walking your hands or bringing them over through center, over to the right side of your body. Inhale, tap and crunch, exhale, release. Inhale, tap and crunch, exhale, release. Last time, inhale, tap and crunch, Exhale, release, coming back through center, lowering as far as you can, maybe extending your legs straight, holding here for a count of 3. Inhale, 2. Exhale, 1. Lowering down towards the mat, hugging your knees into your chest. Noticing how that little bit of abdominal work can strengthen your abdominals, which is an essential part of any yoga practice. And just hugging your knees in here. Getting ready to take one last spinal twist. So when you're ready, extending your legs up towards the ceiling, bringing your left ankle on top of your right knee, a little bit below, interlacing your hands behind your right knee and slowly hugging in the structure towards your chest. Noticing this hip opener and stretch in your left hip. Breathing here. And when you're ready, teeing out your arms on the mat, slowly bringing this whole structure to the right side of your body, gaze towards your left hand, and just breathing here. And whenever you're ready, coming back through center, changing sides here. So extending your legs straight towards the ceiling, bringing your right ankle on a little bit below your left knee, interlacing your hands behind your left knee and pulling the structure in towards your chest. Feeling this stretch and opening within your right glute here. And whenever you're ready, teeing out your arms, bringing this whole structure over towards the left side of your body. Gaze towards your right hand. Just breathing here. Coming back to your breath and remembering to block out any distractions here. Continuing to breathe. And whenever you're ready, coming back through center, hugging your knees in towards your chest and taking any last movements before our final relaxation pose, which is called Savasana. So maybe taking happy baby here, which is bringing your hands to the outside of your feet and pulling your knees down towards your armpits or elbows. Maybe extending one leg in your happy baby. Or maybe taking a variation of plow, which is honestly one of the weirdest looking poses, but one of my favorite poses. So maybe walking your feet up and above your head, lengthening through your spine. A lot of people you might see playing around with this form of headstand, but bringing your feet above your head, lengthening through your spine, making sure you're not crushing in here, and coming into your plow pose. Breathing here. And taking any last final poses, happy baby, plow, or whatever twist that might be for you. And whenever you're ready, slowly starting to lower your legs down towards the mat, engaging through your abdominals, and taking your last lower down towards the mat. Coming into corpse pose and into Savasana. So maybe placing your hands down on the mat, facing your palms towards the ceiling, maybe dropping out with your feet here. Relaxing through your shoulder blades, starting to come back to that breath, starting to release any more tension or any tension that you have left in the body, maybe closing your eyes. And maybe starting to imagine a breath of any color. Maybe that's purple, maybe that's blue. And imagining that breath coming in through your nose of that color and starting to trickle through every little inch and part of your body. Eventually coming through the knees, through the calves, into your feet, into your toes, and noticing that breath and watching it exhale the same way it came in, but reverse, and watching that color release back out through your mouth. Starting to take this breath Starting to just come into relaxation, and remember that anything that might be stressing you out, causing you tension, just to ignore that and sweep it away, and just come back to your body and take this final last couple of minutes for yourself, for your mind, and just relaxing here on the mat. Eventually starting to come back into your body and back into your thoughts, and come back and starting to notice any sensations that your body might be releasing. Maybe starting to flutter open your eyes, maybe starting to take a couple rolls with your wrist. And whenever you're ready, slowly rolling over towards one side of the body into a fetal position, making a pillow with your bottom arm and resting your head on your arm here in your fetal position. And just coming back to your breath. And eventually starting to make your way up to a seated position on the mat, however you may like to take that. Maybe that's crossing through your legs, maybe that's coming into that butterfly pose, and adjusting through your sits bones, lengthening and straightening through the spine. And on an inhale, slowly bringing your hands up and above your head, reaching. Exhale, bring your hands into Yoga Mudra, slowly bringing your hands down past your third eye, through your nose and through your mouth, which speaks kind words and wisdom. And feel free to say it to me as I say it to you. Namaste. Thank you guys for joining me wherever you may be for a 45-minute sequence of power yoga. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day or night as it is here. Thank you.